You're listening to the John and Heidi Show, now featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
On Sunny 93.3.
It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris, brought to you in part by Reaper Arsenal Coffee.
Smells like freedom.
Dan, how you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty well. Welcome to, I guess this is now real spring after 4 or 5 fake outs.
No, this is pre-summer that we're into now.
Pre-summer?
Yeah, we skipped spring this year.
Okay.
Pre-summer.
South Dakota has like 11 seasons, and they're all just glorious.
And they don't necessarily come in the proper order sometimes.
No, they sure don't. It's a fake out. But yeah, in the 90s, like all week long through the weekend, it's going to be
and I've got long
crazy.
Pants on and a long sleeve black shirt. I didn't think this through. So
let's see. Bernard Schwartz has a birthday today.
Who is
As
that?
a big fan of Bernie Schwartz. Everybody called him Tony Curtis.
Oh, I didn't know that was his real name.
Yeah, see, we're learning. That's what I do. I
learning.
just bestow knowledge. That's
Yeah.
what I do.
What's his daughter's name? Jamie Lee Curtis?
Jamie Lee.
Yeah.
So is her real name Jamie Lee Schwartz?
I love Jamie Lee Curtis. I
Probably.
used to anyway.
Unless he legally changes, who knows?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
who knows?
It's like the Sheens. That's
Celebrities.
not their real last name.
Wow, I would never change my name.
I live under an assumed name now.
This was one of my all-time favorite shows. I loved The Gong Show so much, and Chuck Barris,
I liked him.
who has a birthday today. That
birthday, Chuck.
I just adored that program. It was so nonsensical. And Scott Valentine is 63 today.
Scott Valentine.
Heidi, you should know
I
this.
do know this. Family Ties. He was
Mallory's boyfriend, Nick.
Nick.
It was Nick.
Yeah.
You want to hear something fun? I have an email from him. We're lining up an interview. So, does that surprise anybody?
With Scott Valentine
Yeah.
or his
I love
cousin?
Scott
No, it's Scott Valentine.
The real Scott Valentine.
The real Scott, not his neighbor, not his brother. They
Okay.
make fun of me because I usually have like some celebrity's cousin or brother or neighbor or something.
This is fascinating. It was 1851. 1851. The very first baseball uniforms are worn when the New York Knickerbockers take the field wearing white shirts, long blue trousers, and straw hats.
Oh,
Knickerbocker.
man. Can you imagine playing
Knickerbockers.
baseball in a straw hat?
Yeah, really. That's
Look at those
crazy.
old pictures. Those guys look miserable.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I bet.
Because they're
jerseys
heavy,
look
they're
hot.
heavy,
Right, heavy
wool
material.
uniforms. And
Yeah.
Lose 8 pounds playing a game of baseball.
I love the straw hat thing. Speaking of fashion, 1946, and boy, you can bet this caused all kinds of controversy. This day, 1946, the very first bikini bathing suit hits the fashion runway in Paris.
Oh, yeah. That was unheard of at the time.
Pretty racy stuff.
Yeah, usually their bathing suit went to their ankles. So it's a
And
little
we need to
different.
bring those days back. 1987, the film classic, and I mean film classic, and yet completely snubbed by the Academy, Pee-wee's Big Adventure hits the big screen.
I love that movie.
It was a
There's no
fun
basement
movie.
at the Alamo.
I love that movie. It's one of my favorites.
That's what I mean. It's a classic. And
Yeah.
yet it didn't even get nominated.
It should have. Comedies
remember-
rarely do, though.
One of my favorite scenes from that was Large Marge. Tell him Large Marge.
Yeah, that was a great movie.
And now I watched it on YouTube. You can watch that. And it was scary in the 80s. And I watch it now. I'm like, that's not even scary. Why was that scary? So,
Yeah. That was
well,
a good
Dan,
movie.
thank you for that update, sir.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty darn exciting.
It is exciting. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris, brought to you in part by Reaper Arsenal Coffee.
Smells like freedom.
Are you ready to travel again?
Join us for the best week of your life.
The Sands is an immersive Gen X era experience for 5 sun-filled and fun-filled days at Dreams and Secrets all-inclusive resorts in Cancun.
Enjoy music from Billy Idol,
Cheap Trick,
Little River Band,
The Hooters,
Tesla,
Wang Chung,
Firehouse,
Honeymoon Suite,
CNC Music Factory.
The Jets, and more.
Make plans to join us for the Sands.
October 25th through 30th.
Learn more now at radiotravelgroup.com.
That's radiotravelgroup.com. And it is time for Stuff Dan Finds Interesting. What do you find interesting today, good sir?
Oh, let's see. How about, I had no idea. I tripped over this subject, I think a month or so back, when it comes to tropical storms, hurricanes, all that kind of thing, and naming them.
They have men and women names.
Naming them. There's actual legit rules, and the 2021 Atlantic hurricane season has begun, and they have they're looking at about 21 storms, so they have 21 names this year.
And they pick them out in advance, don't they?
They do get picked out in advance, and there's criteria for this stuff.
And it makes sense to pick them out in advance. Otherwise, it'd be like, okay, who's coming up with a name for this one? So I understand why they do that.
They actually recycle the names too, which is pretty darn interesting.
Are there some that
you wouldn't
retire
think they
after
would
it was like a
have
really
to.
big one? Because there won't be another Katrina, would there? Or another Hurricane Andrew?
Well, there's plenty of names out there.
Storm names repeat every 6 years unless a storm is particularly destructive, in which case that name is retired.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
just like a great athlete's jersey number.
Huh.
There are also no storms that begin with the letters Q, U, X, Y, or Z.
Really?
Due to a lack of usable names, apparently. I'm not making this up.
That doesn't even make any sense. Why every 6 years? You would think there's enough names out there to go, 60, 70 years. That
And
doesn't make sense.
each season storm names alternate between female and male. Now here's the 21 names coming up for the 2021 season.
Okay.
First up to the plate is Anna.
Okay.
Followed by, some of these I just love. Hey, it's Bill.
Hurricane Bill.
Bill the Hurricane. And this is, as far as I know, this is the first time I've made the cut. Ladies and gentlemen,
Hurricane
coming in at number
Dan.
3, Danny, baby.
Nice.
It's Danny, followed
No C?
by Elsa, Claudette, I'm sorry.
Oh, I was going to say.
Claudette, then Danny, followed by Elsa, Fred,
All right.
Grace. Wow, my grandson is in here too. Henry,
Nice.
Julian, Kate.
Hurricane Kate.
Wow.
You know what? I'm looking forward to Hurricane Larry. Because something tells me that one's going to be kind of nuts, right?
Sweetly.
What's Larry doing? I don't know. I don't.
Looking for Curly and Mo.
And Mindy, and then Nicholas, Odette. Seems kind of serious. Peter,
Yeah.
Rose, Teresa, Victor, and final hurricane, should we get to number 21, will be Wanda.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
So there you go. But yeah, they go through some hoops to get these things named. It's kind of weird.
And the thought that had to be put into that, because somebody somewhere had to go through and do some forward thinking and say, what if this happens? What if that happens? They had to lay out the rules. So
Well, I
I
believe
love
up
that
to
there's a
the
plan.
early 80s, they were all named after females.
Yeah.
And then they switched it to, we're going to alternate with guys here. So yeah, every other is male, female, male, female. So,
No, that's awesome. Well, Dan, thank you for that update, sir.
well, it's just a little something I found interesting.
And I also find it very interesting with stuff Dan finds interesting.
Addiction. It's a problem for many, and addiction can drive away those who love you the most. Addiction can also lead to the loss of jobs, broken relationships, and, if you're not careful, addiction can even cost you your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. We want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Time now for your morning coffee break, brought to you by Kaladi's Bistro on the corner of 26th and Minnesota Avenue in Sioux Falls. Mr. Dan Farris back in the studio. Is this a hard-hitting, action-packed, or is it more fun-filled?
To me, it's more of a, it's about darn time.
Oh, okay.
I kind of get grumpy about the driving habits of Sioux Falls.
Oh, yeah. You've aired those
part of it
grievances
is,
here.
We are just one of, I think, 5 or 6 states that lets babies drive.
Right.
I got something to share about this when you're done.
Teenage drivers in South Dakota, already among the youngest in America, will have to do a little more behind the wheel before they get their restricted driver's license. Beginning July 1st, a month from now, 14-year-olds in the state with an instruction permit will need twice as much time behind the wheel before they can proceed to the next level of the licensing process. New law passed by the legislature last year will now require young drivers who have successfully passed driver's ed to operate a vehicle for 180 days before being eligible for a restricted driver's permit. Up to this point, it's been 90 hours, or 90 days, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
On top of that, wait, there's more.
Oh.
South Dakota Department of Public Safety says the state is adding a new set of requirements for new drivers that will now mandate a minimum of 50 hours of parent parent/guardian supervised driving, including 10 hours of which must take place during inclement weather.
Oh, wow.
Yep, with an additional 10 hours at night.
Okay.
Yep, new law will also prohibit passengers outside immediate family or household for the first 6 months driving on a restricted permit, with only one non-family or household member allowed during the second 6-month period.
Okay.
There's
I
a
think
lot
that's
going on.
smart, actually.
Sounds like the same people who wrote the rules on how to name a hurricane wrote all of that.
Yes, because I moved here from Minneapolis in '87. And it didn't take me long to be a little alarmed when I'd, be at a stoplight or something and look over and,
Little
and go,
kid.
Did that child steal that car?
Yeah.
Because in Minnesota, I was 16 when I
was
got
16.
my license. I was behind the wheel when I was 16.
don't know
I
if
was
it's for
16
you.
and I felt like that was even too early for me. I personally was even a little nervous at 16.
If you guys feel the same way, the older I get, the younger 14
Oh, for
seems.
sure.
Oh, sure.
Because I see
Yeah.
kids nowadays, I'm like, holy cow, that person does look young. Yesterday, in the sunny Hummer, I was driving down 12th Street, 10th Street, where they come together, at the loop there, Black Hills Credit Union. I was right at that spot. And there was a vehicle driving on the far left lane, and I was behind that vehicle. And they were going really slow with their brakes on. Like the brake lights were lit. I thought they were going to turn. So I was like, I'm going to just go over in the right lane and, it's all one way on that side. Get over here and pass them. And as I get over, then they start coming into my lane. And I was like, ooh. So I kind of make sure that there's enough room. And I look over, and it was a young lady driving with, it looked like maybe the whole family in the car, full on bawling. Like she's learning to drive, and it didn't
She
seem as
wasn't
it was
happy
going
about
well.
it. Oh,
And I felt
that's
really
too
bad because she
bad.
almost, I think she felt like she was going to run into me, and
Oh,
it was my
poor
fault because I was
thing.
passing, but she had her brakes on, so I thought she was turning left. Because people in this town never use their blinker. So anyway, if that was you, young lady, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to add
poor
more
little
stress to your.
thing.
John feels horrible. You get a station T-shirt,
do.
be watching the mail.
I'm going to just guess you're an extra large because that's all I've got.
The other insane states that do the 14-year-old driving thing are Alaska, Arkansas, Kansas, Iowa, and North Dakota.
Really? And a lot of those are agriculture states, but Alaska, I don't know why they would do it. Just because
Right,
they
because
can.
there's a lot of room.
Yeah, there's not a lot to run into.
Right.
Well, Dan, thank you for the update, sir.
Sure thing. Doing what I can just to keep America safe, John.
And I want to say thank you to Dan also for lining up an interview with Ms. Angela Kennecke. We're going to be chatting with her here in just a moment about an event coming up this weekend.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be a good one, too.
And she's now inducted in the South Dakota Hall of Fame. Dan sent me a link to that, too. That's pretty cool.
They must have lost my paperwork.
Well, we'll talk to you again tomorrow, sir.
Yeah, hey, thanks, guys.
It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris, brought to you in part by SiouxEmpireJobs.com.
If you're looking for special prices on some pretty amazing products, check out the website radiosavings.com. We're adding new items all the time, so you might find something cool. And you can save money when you buy stuff at radiosavings.com. One other thing many people like, many of the products you'll find at radiosavings.com are made in the USA. Good quality items at great prices. Radiosavings.com.
We can save you more.
Radiosavings.com. That's radiosavings.com.
It's time now for a bright spot of news brought to you by Paul's Designer Showroom on Lake Lorraine and Sioux Falls. They can brighten any room with a beautiful light fixture. We're going to brighten your day right now with some really fun stuff that's coming up this weekend. We've got a fireworks show in T, and on the telephone with me, I have Kelloland's Angela Kennecke, who's just recently been inducted into the South Dakota Hall of Fame. Hello, Angela. Congratulations.
Thank you, John. I really appreciate that.
And now the reason that we're visiting with you about the fireworks, you're not the one lighting the fireworks, but you're involved because the funds this weekend, there are people raising funds, and that's going to a charity that you set up called Emily's Hope. That's really cool.
That's right. This is the third year that the fireworks store out of T, and they have several locations around the Sioux Falls area, though. This is the third time that they've put on a big, huge fireworks show to benefit Emily's Hope, which is the charity that I started in my daughter's name to help educate people on addiction, get people into treatment, and help them stay in recovery.
And it's a wonderful organization, and thank you so much for taking your pain and suffering and putting that into something positive. I think that is a wonderful, wonderful thing to do.
I think it's the only thing I knew how to do because I lost my daughter to fentanyl poisoning, and it obviously happened 3 years ago. It's been a very tough time, but by helping other people, it really has a place for me to put my grief, and it really helps me as well. Just knowing that I'm doing something in my daughter's name to make a difference.
And again, the event this weekend is a free show, but when you come to it, if you'd like to make a contribution, the fireworks store is going to match up to $500 in donations. So I would love it if people would dig deep into their pockets and make a contribution this Saturday. It's at the T soccer field. Now, you've been to the last two of these, haven't you?
Yes, of course.
And it's quite a show, I've been told.
It's magnificent. I mean, the fireworks store does a fantastic job. They also do a big fireworks show at the end of our Emily's Hope poker run in August. So they really are a huge supporter of Emily's Hope, and they do such a great job. And it's a spectacular show. I would just say bring the family out to the T Athletic Complex. Bring your lawn chairs. I mean, we will ask for a free will offering, so, just whatever you can give, we would so greatly appreciate. We'll be selling, we'll be giving away Emily's Hope T-shirts too in exchange for a donation as well. But really, just come out for the show. It's set to music. It's just a really fun time, and it's a great way to kick off summer.
And I'm excited to make an announcement today. Something that we got involved in many, many years ago is the Sioux Falls fireworks show. And this is the first time it's been announced publicly. This year, the fireworks store, who's doing the show this Saturday, they will actually be taking over the Sioux Falls fireworks show as well. So if you want a sneak preview of what it's going to be like, check them out this Saturday, and then be sure to join us on the 4th of July as well. But I'm excited that we get the opportunity this year to work with the fireworks store on that show as well.
That is really exciting. I'm happy to hear that.
Well, and it's just a great event that we're excited to keep that going. It almost went away last year. We stepped up and said, no, not on my watch. And we set up a new nonprofit to kind of make sure that it continues forever and ever and ever. And again, that one's coming up on the 4th of July, but you don't have to wait that long. Join us this Saturday in T at the T soccer field. Again, the proceeds from this Saturday go to Emily's Hope. So again, come out. It's a free show, but bring some cash to make a donation to such a great cause. If people would like to learn more about Emily's Hope, Angela, where can we find that information about Emily's Hope?
Right. Well, we have a Facebook page, Emily's Hope. We're also on Twitter and Instagram, but you can go to emily'shope.foundation. Google Emily's Hope. You'll find our website, but emily'shope.foundation. Lots more information, and also about all of our upcoming events as well.
Thank you so much for your time today, Angela.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Again, Angela, and she's with Emily's Hope, Angela Kennecke, also with Kellerland. Like I said, she's also, I think this is really cool, just recently inducted into the South Dakota Hall of Fame. So that's very, very cool. And if you come out this weekend at the T soccer field, again, make a donation to Emily's Hope. And you can also do that when it's time to buy fireworks. The fireworks store has 8 locations of the Sioux Empire. I've got a link on our page to go right to their page to find all of those. If you buy your fireworks from their locations, the fireworks store locations, you're also helping Emily's Hope and other nonprofits in the area. So it's a great way, and it's a great organization that's giving back to the community. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on Sunny.
I kind of feel like I've been talking about BetterCreditCards.com forever now, but we want to mention that BetterCreditCards.com is designed to help you get a better credit card. Why should that matter to you? Because this can save you money every single month. There's no fee to check it out, so when you get a minute, click on the website BetterCreditCards.com and see if we can help you find a better credit card. Do it today. BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
Time now for Ranger Dan's Critter Corner, brought to you by Reaper Arsenal.
Well, I'm ruggedly handsome. I'm a heck of a man. I mess around with nature whenever I can.
He's Ranger Dan.
Yes, sir, I'm Ranger Dan. Well, I love the little critters and the big critters too. Like to cook them up in a tasty stew.
He's Ranger Dan.
Yes, sir, I'm Ranger Dan. Well, it's time for Critter Corner right here on Sunny. If you like the show, then send me some money.
He's Ranger Dan.
Cash and credit card only. Yes, sir, I'm Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
And a heartfelt, snappy little salute of the well-starred Premier the Ranger Dan cap to you too. What's going on over there, Tanoose? Hello, Heidi.
Ranger Dan.
Oh, boy, I tell you what, we opened a big old bag of cats here yesterday. I was talking about that young lady over at Washington High School. Apparently, she's a poet.
Right.
There was some big contest, and she won some poetry contest.
Right.
She got a check for $20,000.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's really cool. You did some poetry yesterday.
So I did. I did a little poem, a Ranger Dan poem yesterday, and I tell you what, the emails I got and the greetings and salutations, people going, Ranger Dan, we had no idea you had that kind of talent. Well, heck yeah, what are you kidding me? So we'd like a little bit more of that.
Oh, boy.
And I'm thinking, I just got a poem yesterday. I've been checking my mailbox. I ain't got even $1 yet. So
It'll be here.
I don't know how much I want to drill down on this, but poems, yeah, it's kind of a sideline of mine. I've been writing poems ever since I was little Ranger Dan. So we got one here, one of my favorite little critters. All my poetry has to do with critters. We talk about the raccoon.
Ooh, nice. I like that.
The raccoon. Are you ready?
I am ready.
You dim the lights here a little bit?
There we go. Nice.
Okay. Oh, I got to get my feels all in.
Do we need a snap?
We can
Anything?
do whatever you want to do there, Tanous. That's up to you. Now, here we go. The raccoon. Look at that raccoon. Going about his business by the light of the moon. Bushy tail, little black mask. Hey, bandit, stay out of my trash. You may look cute, but your ways can be murky. You dump my cans over again, I'll turn you into jerky. That's all the time we have, little Radio Rangers. I hope you enjoyed that poem. If you want to send old Ranger Dan a check, that'd be great. Next Critter Corner's Ranger Dan out. Say it with me.
Yes, sir.
Addiction. It's a problem for many, and addiction can drive away those who love you the most. Addiction can also lead to the loss of jobs, broken relationships, and, if you're not careful, addiction can even cost you your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. We want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Here's your Market Beat Minute for Thursday, June 3rd, 2021. Meme stocks took center stage on Wednesday's trading session, with AMC leading the way, soaring 95%, prompting several halts in trading for volatility. Bed Bath & Beyond was up over 62%, and BlackBerry spiked up 32% in heavy trading. The action on the broader market was a bit more muted as stocks rose slightly, with the S&P 500 hovering near an all-time high. All three indexes are close to record levels. The Dow and NASDAQ are 1.4% and 3.2% below their respective records, but struggled for direction ahead of key economic data reports later this week. Energy stocks again outperformed the broader market on Wednesday as crude prices continued their recent rebound. Inflation fears and the ways in which the Federal Reserve might respond have weighed on sentiment recently. Look for more of the same on Thursday. The U.S. likely added 671,000 non-farm payrolls in May. After a huge miss last month on the jobs report, the market is signaling a wait-and-see position this month. You can get the inside track in your inbox at marketbeatminute.com.